If you want to understand how film language works, then you should study film editing. And if you want to understand how editing works, then you should study conversation scenes. Just two people sitting and talking. This video's subject is this scene from Gauri Shinde's Dear Zindagi. Every conversation scene has an inherent goal to achieve. It can either move the story forward or reveal some character information. The goal of this scene is to see if Kyra begins her therapy. Let's see how that goal is achieved through editing. The conversation starts with Kyra on the right side of the frame and Jahangir on the left. To emphasize her anxiousness, she is visually singled out and framed in a close-up, whereas Jahangir is framed from over the shoulder of Kyra in a medium shot. From the size of the shots alone, we understand the proceedings are more important to her than to him. For a long time, we follow this short reverse shot pattern without changing the shot on any of the characters. And trust me, this is quite commendable for a Hindi film. Notice how Jahangir's posture changes from this shot to this. This is a common occurrence in editing where an actor's performance is built using the best part of multiple takes. The camera then jumps the axis line as Jahangir gets up to act out his anecdote. Axis jump happens when the camera flips the side of the frame. Jahangir here was on the left side and now he starts on the right. That's an axis jump. Then we get this exchange between the characters. The low angle makes Jahangir an imposing elder figure, whereas the top over the shoulder shot makes Kyra a passive recipient. Kyra then puts her guard down as Jahangir makes a racist joke.
चीनी चिल्लाते रह गए हटाओ हटाओ
तुम्हें चाइनीज आती है?
तुम्हें आती?
नहीं.
Then this works. हंसो मत.
The small cut shows how Kyra is now completely invested in the story. And then we get this two shot, where they both are visually equal, unlike in these two occasions. When the story is concluded, Jahangir gets back in his chair to re-establish the doctor-patient relationship. Compared to the opening exchange of this conversation, we have now visually flipped the sides. Jahangir is on the right of the frame and Kyra is on the left, in mid-shot. And only when Jahangir delivers the punchline of the scene taken straight out of an Instagram post, we get his close-up.
आसान रास्ता क्यों नहीं चुन सकते? क्या बुराई है उसमें?
Notice how for this exchange, Kyra is now framed from over the shoulder of Jahangir. This emphasizes that he has won her confidence and she no longer feels isolated. And to display she is ready to open up, the frame also opens up with a cut to this single. And if you didn't understand all of this visually alone, the actor will make sure that you understand this.
Okay.
Notice how the music is also reintroduced in the scene.
मेरी ये नींद की problem, रघुवेंद्र की.
With the use of editing, the director and the editor portrays Kyra's change of heart. They took her from an indecisive, isolated person to being an engaged listener, and finally to a person convinced to go ahead with the therapy. And that's quite brilliantly done. However, the rest of the film doesn't replicate even half of this brilliance. In fact, even this scene contains a mishap. This completely unnecessary close-up of the class. But the rest of the scene is quite brilliant. So if you want to study film language, then try to study such conversation scenes and see how the editing is used to convey an idea. And you don't necessarily have to study the classics, because Dear Zindagi clearly shows that you can find well-executed visual moments even in bad films.
Okay.
I'll see you next time.